Fire and Ice is pretty. Oh, because 80 is kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, I like that. Fire and Ice.
Maybe that's us in the future.
You think so? You don't think I have hot takes? You think I have cold takes? Damn, Ryan.
Yeah, your takes make me shiver. You know?
Yeah, it's so bad. And it's also cats. Do I start with ho ho?
Yeah, do it.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, listeners! What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Kings. With your host Austin Shang, and with me every other week, Ryan Hugh. How's it going, man?
Bro.
This Christmas episode, Christmas Eve episode.
Yeah, Christmas Eve. Happy holidays to all our listeners. Hope everything's going well, and yeah, can't wait for the holiday season to start.
Yeah, I can't wait.
What plans you got?
What plans I got? Well, obviously celebrating Christmas, you know. Got to get the cookies out for Santa.
True.
I don't actually do that because I am 20 now. But, you know, just be in a jolly mood. That's really all that comes with Christmas, you know.
For real.
So what are you up to this
Spending
Christmas?
time with family and friends. That's the big one, man.
That's the main part. That's what Christmas is all about.
That's what, like, I'm spending time with you, with my family, with my other friends. That's all I care about, really.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's about. And NBA basketball.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Okay, yeah. Let's put family and friends behind that. Basketball is the real thing that we're focused on, bro. Because what else will we be doing on Christmas Eve, right?
I don't know.
Like,
we had to do a Christmas episode this year.
Had to.
Like, what was it? I called you up on, like, Wednesday, right? And I was just like,
yeah.
what day do you want to do this on? And you're like, I'm not doing Christmas Eve. I'm not doing anything Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's like, fuck it.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Let's do it. Like, we're busy even on Christmas, so yeah, why not do it now?
Yeah, because we're busy watching games. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's up.
Exactly. So, Ryan, do you want to start with our topic, or should we go to the news first?
I do have some news segments that I want to cover
There's
really
news
quickly.
on Christmas Eve. Oh
Yes,
my
there's
God.
always news. But before our main topic today, let's start off with the big question. What the fuck is happening with Draymond Green?
Oh my God, Ryan, that guy, that brother needs help. If I want to quote Yusuf Nurkic, that brother needs help, and it's true, right, Ryan?
Yeah. Hey man, 2016 onwards, this guy's been kicking people in the sack area,
Someone down there, yeah.
poking people's eyes, like,
Stomping on people's chests.
and then running from one end of the court to the other just to play football. Like,
Yeah,
what the
like,
hell?
what are you doing, man? I mean, that's probably the most underrated clip of Draymond.
That's so funny.
It's a forgotten clip.
It
yeah.
is a forgotten clip. Like, I was watching one of the podcast clips on YouTube. YouTube.
Yeah.
Deep 3. Shout out Deep 3. Love that show. They're ranking Draymond's. Like,
Oh, really? They were
controversial
doing
moments.
that.
Yeah.
God, they stole our idea.
I
That
know,
would have been
right?
so
That would have
great.
been so funny, but yeah, there's a lot of things that's going on, and there's like two sides of the coin on this one. People are saying like, oh, he might be like, he might need some help, like legit, or he has anger management problems, and low key he keeps getting away with it, like from punching Jordan Poole to like putting Gobert in the chokehold. Like, I don't know, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. It's like, there's one thing about being competitive, and then there's another thing, just like being reckless, and like it feels like it's purposely. And for me, it really started with the Sabonis stomp.
Last postseason, we covered it too.
We did cover it,
Yeah.
and I think we both agreed that it looked intentional.
It looked very intentional.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's happening, man. I love Draymond, like, ever since he was a second round pick, came up right into the starting lineup with Steph, had such good chemistry, but something about him just the last few years just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, and him and even Clay to a point, but I think he's gotten better now.
No, Clay's improved over the last 2 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, but even like this season, I would say, or this off season, because
Yeah.
before it did seem like he was a little bit bitter too for some reason.
I think age.
Yeah,
They're a little bitter now,
age.
yeah, because of they're no longer like the top of the conference, no
Right.
longer at their prime. So, but for Draymond, it's weird. It's like ever since that 2016 run, it's just his behavior has just been drastic.
Yeah, and maybe it might even be like he was already doing these things. He was doing these things beforehand, but we just never saw it because, like, 2016 is when the Warriors really made that. Like, I mean, obviously they won in 2015.
Yeah.
But 2016 was that big year where like all the attention was on them.
73 and 9.
Yeah, exactly.
3-1 lead comeback from OKC.
Yeah, OKC.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
like the fame got to him. That's what it really seems like to me.
I don't know. It's just I think if it was any other player, let's say Grady Dick, like we were talking about him earlier,
Yeah.
if he went out and started bashing people's heads and like that, he's definitely getting like suspensions and fines and.
Right. Yeah.
But Draymond just felt like that he's the NBA's like child or like poster boy or whatever.
Yeah.
He keeps getting away with it.
And for me, it's like it's like a bad rap, like, because we know Grayson Allen. Everyone knows Grayson Allen's like, he gets like he does pretty reckless things too.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he does get shit on him, you know?
Yeah, but Draymond, is it because he's part of the Warriors or he has Steph by his side or whatever? It's just he keeps getting a free pass from it, and I don't think that's right.
It seems like since he's friends with like all the top dogs in the league, it's like
LeBron, Steph,
even Durant, and
KD,
to an extent, yeah. It's like he's cool with all these guys that are stars that, because I think it's like the stars are the ones that really dictate everything that happens underneath them. That's what happened with LeBron in the bubble. Like, remember the thing where, like, I forgot who said it, but it was if LeBron said that we weren't playing, then we weren't playing.
Then we weren't playing. Like,
yeah,
it's like everything falls underneath what the superstar says.
Exactly. So maybe it might be that, you know?
I don't know, man. It
sucks, though.
It sucks. But because there was at a point when I saw the Nurkic clip, I was just like, bro, for the next DLC patch for Mortal Kombat, just put Draymond there.
Yeah, get him a skin in there.
You had Peacemaker, you have Omni-Man,
yeah.
You have fucking what's it? I said Peacekeeper,
Yeah,
Omni-Man, Homelander.
Homelander.
Next one's Draymond Green,
yeah,
bro.
perfect. That's the new DLC.
What's his fatality? Like putting the chokehold, the stomp.
Yeah, it has to be like all of his best ones. You know, I think the stomp, in my opinion, was peak like reckless Draymond because that was insane.
That was so fun. Or just the punch.
Oh yeah, maybe it's the punch. Like we've never seen the punch, so they could really gas it up. Like they really could.
Like they just shoot the character for like through walls and shit.
yeah. I like that. You should get in contact with that.
I should. Mortal Kombat. You heard it here first.
Yeah, get that Draymond DLC in there.
All right, but yeah, overall, I'm just not. At least he is seeking some help now. Hopefully, by the time he gets back, it'll be better.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like we want Draymond to, you know, be a good person.
Yeah,
we don't want to shout on him. Like we want to see him be a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, we both of us probably think that he did get maybe too much passes, but regardless of what has happened in the past, it's all about what happens in the future.
Yeah. He's a great player. I've heard he's a great guy. Let's see that improvement. Let's see that in the future as well.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Will Memphis make it to the playoffs with Ja back?
What do you think?
I say yes.
I would agree with you on that.
I say yes, but there was an interesting clip I saw a while ago, because the whole 65 game rule now.
Right.
To make awards. If Memphis Grizzlies make it to the playoffs, Ja can't win any awards.
Even in the postseason.
Yeah, because it's 65 regular season games.
That's interesting.
And I think that's a little fucked up, because that rule implanted was for load management, not a whole ass suspension.
But I guess you can kind of classify it into the same space. Like, he got suspended because it was his fault.
Yeah.
So I guess you can say like he has to pay for his repercussions.
I guess so. Like I guess that payment's just not making any winning any awards this season.
Yeah, which maybe that's a decent punishment. I mean, what he did do was stupid. We can agree
it definitely was stupid. My argument is just if the Grizzlies are 9-19 right now, and they make it to like a 6th seed, like wouldn't that make him the MVP this season?
No.
Really?
No way. I mean, I don't know. I would.
Some MVP votes I think would be allowed
if it was like top 4 seed. Yeah, because remember what happened with the like. I'm not trying to shit on you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just trying to like. I want to reminisce back to the Lakers when they started the season so bad and
Kobe had to carry.
No, it was last year.
Oh,
and
when they were amazing after the trade deadline.
Yeah, and they need to win like, I think like 23 out of 27 games or something like that, and they made it, but that didn't make LeBron the MVP or whatever. So, but he should be able to get on like all NBA. I would agree with that. Like he should be able to make a case for that, but he won't be able to.
He won't be able to because of the 65 game rule, which
Right.
I think there should be like a clause that says like for load management or rest purpose specifically.
Yeah, I can get about that.
Suspension and like fines and ejections, like that's a little more unfortunate.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll just slide that with the Bane, you know?
Waive it, you know? Waive
Yeah,
that rule away.
wave it away, or like you know how like Josh stole Bane's most improved, like just give him the MVP.
Yeah,
you know what? Give him the MVP. Like, give Bane the MVP. Fuck it.
Bane just like averages 20 for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, and the MVP winner goes to Desmond Bane.
Yeah, it's like
name wasn't even on first, second, or third.
Yeah, he's like what? You know that that Drewski meme where like Kanye's at the Donda concert, Drewski's like me. That's what Bane's doing, bro. Because that would be hilarious, but it'd be super random.
And then the next morning, John Morant wakes up and finds the MVP trophy on his
his table. Oh yeah, full circle.
Full circle moment for real. But yeah, hoping the Grizzlies will make it to the playoffs. They were such a good team the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It would be amazing to see them make a strong comeback this season, especially how they started.
And it's looking like they are because I think they're on a 3-game win streak right now.
I think so, yeah. Ever since John made that game winner.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They've been on a roll.
Yeah. All right, and got one more. Do you think the Pistons will lose 30 games in a row?
What are they at now, Ryan?
There are 26 losses in a row right now.
I have to see who they're playing the next 4 games. Because if they're playing tough teams, then I would say yeah.
Okay.
But we did just see. I just saw. I think I was texting you about it.
I was watching it too.
You watching too? Yeah. The Utah Jazz, the Larry Markkinen, no Larry Markkinen and no Jordan Clarkson.
There were
Jazz.
just no stars for the Jazz that game.
No players for that Jazz. Even Keontae George was.
Bro, it was Kelly Olynyk show.
It was Kelly Olynyk show and the Taylor Hendricks show. You know what I'm saying? And they still lost.
They still lost.
Like, how did they do that?
Oh my god! But at this rate, they probably are gonna lose 30 games in a row.
Yeah, like it's looking like it.
Bro, 26 is already history.
Yeah, that was like the Warriors winning streak in 2016.
Oh, 26 games lost is like the Philly losing streak or the Bobcats losing streak in like a few years ago.
Yeah.
And now the Pistons have a chance to surpass that.
The Pistons are making history.
For real.
Imagine how much wings that Wingstop has stocked up right now, man. Like, wow, they probably just, after every game, they're like, maybe the Pistons might win. We got to soup up these wings. And they just don't win, bro.
And, like, these games are, like, 9 p.m. They end at so late.
Yeah.
So, by the time the games are done, they're like, oh, fuck.
And maybe you might see that you go to Wingstop now, and, like, in Detroit, all the Wingstop employees are just, like, big as hell. Like, they're as big as shit, dude. It's like, why are you so big? It's like, well, the Pistons can't win any games, you know?
The Pistons suck.
Someone's got to eat these wings.
Yo, go big or go home.
Yeah, go big or go home, man. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather go big.
Yeah.
Like physically.
Not like the Pistons.
Oh, shit, yeah. Feel that. I think 30 games is very attainable for them. How many games do you think they will win this season?
What are they at right now?
2 wins.
They are
2 wins and 27 losses.
Oh my god! So we're like pretty much 30 games into the season.
Yeah.
2 wins is insane. Man, to see them, there's no way
they won like 2 of the first 3 games and have been losing ever since.
And the worst record of all time is the Bobcats. I think it was like 9-53 that
in a lockout season, yeah.
But a real season, it's Philly with 10-72.
Yeah.
They have to hit 10. They have to at least hit 10.
I don't think they will. At this rate?
Because you might think they might trade some of their guys too.
Bro, if I'm the GM or the president, I'm trading away my veterans now.
Yeah.
I'm just setting up a daycare now because we need to let the old guys be a part of something special. Not what's special in Detroit, you know?
Yeah, this is not the right special for them.
Like Joe Harris, you're gone. Bogdanovich, you're gone. I don't know who else is there, but those are the 2 big guys that are on my mind. Like they can be helpful elsewhere.
Definitely.
Not in a losing culture like with the Pistons. So
Right. So they definitely do need to make some moves. And you know what? Monty Williams may not have been the right hire.
He did it for the money. We all know that.
And to think that Detroit wanted him to come in and be kind of, I don't know what they. It's like they didn't want him to be a coach. A coach's job is to like coach the players to become better.
Yeah.
They kind of hired Monty as like a, I don't even like you said, a daycare.
Yeah.
They say he's like the daycare counselor. There, it's so random.
It's not even a day. He's a summer camp counselor. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a 14-year-old kid looking after 12-year-old kids.
Yeah,
like, at this point.
it's like the team is so trash, and I feel so much for Cade because he's been performing, and this is making him look worse too. Like
Yeah.
people are looking at Cade like,
Oh, draft bust.
yeah, draft us like he can't even carry a team to, like, he
Can't carry a team to a win.
to win. Yeah, even though I really don't think it's his fault because when I was watching that Utah game, and that was the game I key on so much because I don't get to watch the Pistons that much, and
Yeah.
who wants to watch them? And it's like Cade is doing everything.
Yeah.
It's like he could be averaging 15 assists, but his
And
team
they
is so
still
trash.
lose, bro.
And they would still lose. Yeah.
It is what it is with Detroit. It's definitely a lost season.
Yeah.
Unless they somehow win the next like 40 games in a row, like probably not. But
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
hey, man, we need to get those wings too.
Yeah, we need to get them
Wins
wings.
and wings, like that's what we need.
That's
right
what Detroit needs for sure. Because we don't get those wings.
now. Yeah, of course we don't. But
This is how bad I got that.
we're speaking for the people.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're speaking for you, Detroit. We want you to get these wings.
Imagine they make a comeback, like for real.
Cade MVP.
Yeah, Cade MVP.
Gotta be.
Yeah, gotta be. But speaking of Cade, is he an All-Star candidate for you this year?
He's not, because that record is way too bad.
I agree on that one.
Because you did the East.
I did the East, you did the West.
Yeah, I didn't have him as a snub. I didn't have him as even a consideration.
I didn't have him, period.
And it's not to say he's a bad player.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
These guys are all better than us.
Yeah, obviously, and he's better than like 90% of the NBA. You know.
I'd say 85, but yeah,
Well,
close enough.
90% would be like top 50. I'll say he's like top 50. There's like what 500 guys in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the math is, but like you know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, I get what
He's
you
somewhere in the top 50.
mean. He's part of the elite tier of like first options and second options. You know?
Yeah, I would say so.
But All Stars, that's what we'll be covering today. All Star voting started on the 19th, and with that, we decided to go about and say our picks this year, our snubs, our starters. I don't know if you did starters, our reserves, the entire roster.
Yeah.
And hoping we're right today.
Hoping we're right. Yeah.
Hoping we're right. East or West? Where do you want to start with?
You know what? We'll start with the East.
East.
Just because it's the Beastern Conference.
The Beastern Conference.
Minus the Pistons. Yeah.
All right. So, traditionally, I've always looked at standings. That's a very big point for me.
Same for me.
Okay. Well, we're glad we're on the same page. So, the East is weird because they have 6 teams in the top half, and then a bunch of mid teams right after.
Yeah.
So for me, I had to really differentiate. Like, damn, who are the really good players in these top 6 teams? And let's be honest, there's only 4 teams out of those 6 that have like really good players.
Yeah.
The other 2 are just like,
They're there.
They're there, but they're not quite there yet, you know? And everyone else underneath has like pretty mid players or like one really good player.
Yeah.
So I had a really hard time deciding on who to put.
Really?
But in the end, this is the roster I came up with.
Yeah.
All right. My starting guards in the Eastern Conference are Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers and Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. You with me so far?
I'm with you so far.
With
I'm
me
with
so
you.
far. The front court players are Joel Embiid of the Sixers, Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Bucks, and Jason Tatum of the Celtics.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Very
I can agree with you so far.
very easy picks in my opinion.
Although I actually did have one differing pick.
That's
but
fair.
I definitely agree with you on those
That's
picks.
fair. Okay. Reserves. Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey for guards. For my front court, Scotty Barnes, Julius Randle,
Okay.
Jimmy Butler. And as my wild cards, Donovan Mitchell, Paolo Banchero.
Okay.
Those are my picks, and I'll mention the snubs after you.
Okay.
Go for it.
So you want me to say my picks? Or you want me to
Tell me which ones you don't like. Or
I like all of them.
you like all of them?
I like all of them.
Okay.
Like
okay.
all those guys were a part of my snubs,
Mhm.
my reserves, and my starters.
Okay.
And I don't think there are any bad picks in the East. You know, I mean, the only way you can have a bad pick is if you really reach. Because Scotty was the one pick that I didn't have on my list, but I have him as a snub, and Randall is the other guy.
For Brunson, right?
Yeah, I had Brunson instead.
The only problem was I couldn't sacrifice Mitchell, Dame, or Maxey.
Right, right.
So, and I thought the Magic deserved at least one All-Star.
I had to agree with that. I think Banchero needs to have a spot, right?
So I couldn't really put anyone else. So
Right.
Otherwise I definitely would have added Brunson and even Evan Mobley or Pascal Siakam. Those were my snubs.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
The reason why Scotty wasn't in there for me was the team record is just it's not there for me.
I know.
I thought with the East there's like a lot of other deserving teams and players that I thought Boston deserved 2 All-Stars for how good they were, so I had Brown in there.
Yes.
Which, it's not like it's not something outlandish. It's how All-Stars are usually voted for.
Popularity first.
It is popularity first, but the starters especially. That's why you'll never see Sabonis be a starter.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's a very valid list, and if that was the All-Star team, I would have no arguments for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I spent a long time on this list.
Yeah, of course.
Let me read through them one more time, and then we'll discuss starters or reserves now.
Yeah.
Halliburton, starter or reserve?
Easy starter. I think he might even lead the votes for the East.
Really?
Yeah, I might think so.
I think Giannis is still leading the East.
Oh yeah, maybe it is Giannis.
Giannis or Tatum? Actually, Tatum's probably the most popular player.
I would just maybe thought that through the in-season tournament, maybe Halliburton would have gotten so much run
Fair.
from that. But yeah, I guess Giannis does have like insane reach around the world.
Okay. So I'd say Halliburton definitely a starter.
Yeah, lock.
If not, like, first name off the reserve list.
Yeah.
But he better be a starter.
He has to be a star, yeah.
You better vote for him as a starter.
He's like
he deserves it.
top 3 MVP, so
Yeah,
he has to
deserves
be.
it.
Yeah.
Trae Young, starter or not?
Yeah, I think he deserves a starter spot.
think
Even
so,
though
too.
I didn't have him there, I think he deserves it because 30 and 10, right? He's going crazy.
But right now it's 28 and 11 actually.
But the last few games he's been averaging
For real,
30 and 10 like almost every game. So definitely deserves a spot.
I think so because Atlanta, yes, mid, but he's been their lone like spark in my opinion. Like DeJounte Murray hasn't been too bad. Griffin's not terrible, but overall he's the main guy. He's the number 1 player.
Yeah.
And honestly, after all this work, after all this like shit he has gone through in Atlanta,
Right.
he deserves that spot. You know.
Yeah, the John Collins stuff and that kind
The whole coaching situation last season.
Right.
Like, come on, give Trey his dubs. You know.
Yeah, he brought a team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Come on, you gotta give it to him.
You gotta give it to him. Embiid.
Yeah, come on. He's a flop machine, but yeah, he deserves it.
Imagine you're like, nah,
Like,
not the MVP.
yeah, he's mid.
He's mid, you know.
Should have put Miles Turner in there.
Oh, hey man, he's leading the league in points this season. Definitely deserved. And what, top 2 seed in the East?
Yeah.
Top 2, top 3, like crazy. Giannis,
It's a given.
I don't really need to say much. And Tatum, like he's everyone's favorite boy.
Yeah, even if he like this season he may not be deserving, he's still that guy.
Yeah.
So he has to be there.
Yeah. And then I'll name the reserves now one more time, and you tell me if they have a chance to be a starter.
Chance to be a starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dame.
No.
Why?
Well, with Halliburton, and for me, I had Trae Young, and I had Maxey as the other guy that.
Oh, Maxey as a starter.
Yeah, I had Halliburton and Maxey as a starter.
You think Maxey's more popular than Dame now?
I think so. Where with where Philadelphia is at, when Harden left, people thought that Philadelphia might even be like a 500 team. It was like that bad.
Yep.
And with Maxey performing at, I think, an all NBA level, I think he might be performing better than Lillard, in my opinion.
I think they're very close.
I think it's very close. So maybe I should say yes to that. Right? I just kind of disproved my point. So I'll say yes, actually.
The crazy thing, we talked about this too. We said that even with Harden leaving, I think Maxey and Embiid are still just as good, if not a better duo.
Yeah.
And we were correct.
We were definitely correct.
We were definitely correct in that because they just the two complement each other so well. But I don't know. I'd rather have Dame as a starter over Maxey.
It definitely would be the more comfortable decision for like the NBA and for everyone. Like You have like the 11. I don't know how much times was Damon All-Star.
Well, I don't
8?
fucking know.
Something.
He got snubbed rare times.
True, but it has to be at least like 6. You know,
Probably.
rather have him in than the first guy,
Yeah.
first time guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, makes sense. I guess Dame probably should be the starter over
Probably.
Maxey,
Probably. All right. Maxey starter.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh well, I guess I have to say yes here. I mean, what would you
No,
say?
I wouldn't. First time All Star, yes, but you already have Embiid in the lineup. I don't think a lot of like the fans are going to put 2 Sixers.
That
in the
is
lineup.
very true.
Yeah,
That's true.
but All Star, yes. I don't think starter yet.
Okay, that is fair enough. I guess.
But congrats
Yeah.
to him, man. Like, I'll give it to him. First All Star nod, and in this type of season too.
Yeah,
Crazy.
for sure. I mean, the East, like with Dame coming in, you might think like, wow, it's gonna be really hard for him
Bro,
to do
he's
it.
averaging 26 and 6 right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he might have a chance at the starter spot. You know, you
Fair.
never know.
Scotty, I know you put him in the snubs, but if it were up to you, starter or not,
I can't see it over.
you don't think Canada's gonna have Scotty's back?
Nah, the team being so bad. You know, like the Raptors fans are very like
We're very
win dependent.
We're very good at this though. We're very good at throwing in starters right there.
So do you think that?
I think Scotty has been our best player this entire season.
But do you think he can outweigh Embiid, Tatum, and Giannis?
Embiid maybe. Embiid maybe. I just don't like his flopping.
Yeah. We know where the hate is coming from.
Embiid.
We've seen it firsthand, right? So I don't know. I just don't think he can beat those guys.
Fair.
It's the same thing with like Maxey and Dillard, I think.
Okay, but I think still deserving of an All-Star stop. I know.
He's deserving. I think he's deserving. Yeah.
Okay. Randall
I think he's deserving too.
of a starting spot.
Oh, starting spot. Maybe not.
Nah,
Maybe not.
nah.
Yeah. Should be like for All Star period, it's him or Brunson. It has to be one of
Okay,
the two.
so my thing about Randall and Brunson, I had to keep going back and forth between the two because I couldn't decide. Like, fuck, Randall has technically overall better stats, but I think that Brunson is more deserving because like you take away Brunson, they don't have a ball handler anymore. They don't have that floor general to facilitate anything.
Yeah.
But you take away Randall, and Brunson can still take on all the offensive load. So I'm stuck in a conundrum. Like, and if you put Brunson there, you gotta sacrifice one of the other guards.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like New York's still top 6 seed. I had to throw him in there, but I'd much rather have Brunson in there than Randall.
Because that's interesting that you explained your choice between the two. Because I'll explain mine right now also. So between Brunson and Randall, since they're both like it's so similar, but like their value to the team, I just feel like I had to look at what they actually did this season because it is a 2024 All Star, and Randall did start the season very very slow. I mean, he shot. I think he had the worst field goal percentage over the first 10 games. I think
he usually starts the season slow to begin with. So
that's true. But Brunson, he was consistently solid throughout the whole season. You could depend on him, and I think that since he's so consistent and him and Randall are so similar, I just had to give the nod to him.
Yeah, he edges Randall out just that slight.
Just a slight bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is one of the two for sure.
Yeah, but definitely not a starter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely not a starter. Yeah, we went really off track on that.
Butler was the one that I was really struggling with deciding because he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been good enough to be named an All-Star in my opinion.
I looked at the record and I looked at his stats and I looked at like the overall like how the team has been injured so much. Like Bam has missed a lot of games.
Yep.
I was like, you know what, just had to pencil in there.
It was one of those like Miami's a top team in the East,
Right.
and it would feel wrong to just say no.
Yeah.
So I had to, but I don't know if he's deserving this year.
Yeah.
Because I think that Brunson, Mobley, and Siakam are better than Butler this year.
You think Siakam is better than Butler this year?
I think overall Siakam has been doing a better job. They just haven't been getting the wins. Because the Heat in itself are a better cohesive unit. That's what's getting them wins. But individual player-wise, I think Siakam's still better than Butler this season.
Okay, that's fair enough. And also you have to look at the Heat just made the finals last year.
Yeah, I know.
So it is like even though it is this season, a lot of award selections do get skewed from the playoffs as well. So
it's like it gets carried on, and there's only so much we can talk about. But
yeah.
Butler, it was hard for me to decide.
But would you say he's deserving of an All-Star spot? I would still say so personally.
Yeah, I guess. Because the Heat are still fifth, I think. Fifth or sixth.
Yeah.
You know, like, we'll allow it.
Yeah, we'll allow it. It's
We'll
Butler. You know?
It's Butler, yeah.
If it was a no name, then like nah, like probably not.
I mean, Jaime Jaquez probably deserves it. I'm kidding.
He's on my fantasy team, so yes, he is.
Donovan Mitchell, definitely
Yeah.
deserving. Not a starter, though. He's in the conversation for best shooting guard
I
in
think
the
he
league.
could be a conversation for a starter, though. I think so.
Hmm.
Because his averages are out of this world. I mean, it's like 28 points per game.
27, 5, and 5.
Yeah, which is pretty insane. And with the Cavs actively having a decent amount of injuries,
I guess, yeah.
he is still keeping the team afloat. That's the argument I would make.
I guess that's true, because they're right now in playing tournament contention right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
So who knows? I mean, the averages really that's his main talking point is his averages.
Yeah, and he's just always been an offensive dynamo, so you can't really say no to that.
Mm-hmm.
You make a very good point.
Thank you.
And Paolo, again, same boat as Butler.
You think so?
I think so. I think Paolo is just slightly below Butler in terms of like production this season. But
Yeah.
21-7 and 4. Like, that's nothing to scoff at. Right?
Yeah, nothing. And the record that they've had.
No, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think definitely an all-star, but starter though.
Nah, probably not.
Probably not.
Not at this point, at least.
Well, if he goes off for 50 the next 5 games, yes, but
Yeah, probably. But over who? Because I think Embiid and Giannis are locks. I think Tatum's the one guy.
I think Tatum might get. I think Tatum's a lock.
You think
I
Tatum's
don't
a
think
lock?
Embiid's the lock. I don't think Embiid's the lock.
You don't think the scoring leader is the lock?
No,
Interesting.
no. I think everyone just loves Jokic more than Embiid.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I think Paolo, with that record they have, and like Orlando finally has something to be excited about again, he might have a chance to be a starter. But I have him in the reserves because that's more realistic.
Yeah, and also he is pretty irrelevant. Like
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
I love Paolo. Like he's like at least a top 20 favorite player for me, which is like such a random thing to say, but I love him. But of all the last like first overall picks, he's probably the least talked about one.
Well, he just was a rookie last year, so.
Right, but I mean, Zion gets like even like Wiggins is probably like more well known than him at this point. Like, I feel bad for him in a way.
Well, getting your first All-Star nod is a pretty good way to get recognition.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. And his trash talk is unreal too. Like people underrate his trash talk. He's hilarious.
Paulo, you are an all-star to me this season.
You are.
And that's my roster. And again, snubs are Brunson, Mobley, and Siakam.
Ooh, those are all your snubs.
Those are all my snubs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually had a lot more snubs than that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I only had one. I had a guard, a front court,
I
and
see.
a wild card.
Okay.
I decided to like limit myself.
Limit it. Wow.
Otherwise, the
That was
entire
tough.
Raptors roster would be.
Yeah, Grady Dick is in there.
Yeah. Garrett Temple, you know.
Garrett Temple.
Otto
Yeah.
Porter.
Agreed.
You know, everyone can see like the fucking.
No bias.
No bias at all. No bias at
No
all.
bias.
But yeah, that's my East.
Okay, that's good. That's a pretty solid list. I think I agree with all the names on there.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Put a lot of time in that, like I said, but let's move on to the West.
Move on to the West, the Western Conference.
The Western Conference.
Of course. So for the guards, my starting guards, I went with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes.
Can't say his name properly. Shai
SGA.
Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA. No bias.
No bias.
He's Canadian, but he deserves a starting spot, I would say.
I think he's the best guard in the league in my opinion.
Ooh. Okay. You're here first. He's the best guard in the
He's
league.
the best guard in the league.
And I don't really disagree that much, actually. And beside him, Luka Doncic.
Yes. Okay.
He's probably another lock, I would say.
Those are my two as well.
Yeah, I think those are pretty, obvious choices
Yeah,
compared
very
to. I think it does drop off a little bit too.
I just think the only thing that's holding those two back would be Steph Curry's popularity.
Exactly. Yeah.
But aside from that, those are locks.
Yeah, those are locks.
Yeah.
So I guess we agree there. I guess everyone would agree there. My forwards, I went with LeBron,
Okay.
Durant, Jokic.
See. Both of them are all-stars, yes. The reason why I had Sabonis over KD was because of popularity. Sacramento, for the first time in like a million years, they have an all-star in 2 consecutive years. They're going to be rallying behind that man.
So you think he'll beat all of those three guys? One of those three guys. Who do you think he's going to beat?
KD.
I think KD is still like.
Even with that 11th place finish in Phoenix right now.
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
listen, no, listen. I don't make it sound like I'm lecturing you. Like, I feel bad. I'm like, the last. It seems like 10 years he's been a starter.
Yeah.
And he's played near
None
that
of-
level.
He's never played any of those games though.
What do you mean?
Oh, I meant like KD hasn't played any of those All-Star
Also,
games.
that is true. But he's still very popular.
Yes.
So I still think that he'll edge that spot out. I mean, LeBron's a lock. I would say
He
like
has to.
popularity. I think Durant. I mean, Durant was a captain one of the All-Star years. You know.
Yeah.
So I think Durant's. I mean, you're gonna hate me for my reserves, I
Yeah.
guess, after you saying Sabonis. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a argument to be held. Maybe you gotta rag the Kings fans.
I think the Kings are a very good team.
They are.
Yeah, I think they're a very good team. They deserve an All-Star because, bro, what, third in the West right now?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
deserve an All-Star, but All-Star starter.
I think a starter is guaranteed for them. Hot take.
Oh, okay.
I think a starter should be guaranteed because of what they've been able to accomplish for 2 seasons in a row now.
Okay, I like the argument. I like.
Given their history, King fans should be like rejoicing that they actually have people who want to play for them.
Yeah, and they actually have real fans, which is the thing.
Yeah, like fucking light the beam every day, you know?
Damn right. Damn right.
So yeah, Sabonis should be a starter in my opinion. But
Okay,
yes, KD's popularity will be very difficult to like surpass.
Right. And Jokic and LeBron, I think
Yes,
agree on there.
those are fun.
Okay, so my reserves, I went with Stephen Curry for one,
Okay.
and De'Aaron Fox for the
Good.
other.
Okay.
Because Fox, obviously, like he deserved that spot.
No shit.
Yeah, obviously, the Kings fan over here.
Yes, of course.
Okay, the forwards I had Kawhi,
Yes.
I had Anthony Davis,
Yes.
and I had Anthony Edwards. First seed in the West, he's their best player.
He is a guard.
He's a guard.
He is a guard.
Is he not a guard / forward?
He's a guard. Period.
Paul George, right? Paul George.
Okay.
Paul George. There
Allow
you
it,
go.
allow it.
I'll just put him on the wild card. Okay, Paul George. Easy solution there. Okay, so Edwards is one of my wild cards then.
That's fine.
And this is the very controversial
Okay,
one.
okay.
This might be the worst one of the whole.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Alperen Şengün.
My man.
My man!
My man.
My
I had him on my
I had to.
Bro, he is the best Rockets player right now.
He
I had
is.
to. Bro,
I'm so
fucking
glad.
look at that.
Oh my god, bro. I'm so good. I thought you were going to be like,
Nah, bro.
Oh my
Trust
God.
me. I watched them games. I know what's up.
yeah, like the stats may not say everything, but the impact
Oh, the
on the
im-
court is insane for him.
He better make the. It's like that one year when Vucevic made it for the Magic, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I looked at his stats. I'm like, "I guess it's mid." And then I watched the game, and I'm just like,
Yeah, now I
that-
see.
I see it now.
They're winning so many games, and like he's literally just putting the team on his back. at
And
some
it's
points.
also like not just they're winning so many games either, because a lot of people put the Rockets like down, like,
Yeah,
super low. At the
I think
start.
we did too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did. And what they're like 7th or 8th now,
right.
which is crazy. Like they're doing better than that one year James Harden left, and had Cousins and Christian
Yeah.
Wood and John Wall and like
So much higher expectations.
yeah, but like they're doing way better, and I think Şengün should be an All-Star reserve this year.
I agree, and it makes sense for Şengün because coming to the season, as we both said, the Rockets were like a really like underrated team, and we thought Van Vliet might not be enough to lift them over, and surprisingly, like the Rockets got great. You would think that Van Vliet would be the reason. It was Şengün
It's
all along.
Şengün's improved. You know what? Most improved.
I would agree with that
Alperen
too.
Şengün, second place most improved, because Tyrese Maxey I think is still
Oh,
winning it.
yeah,
I
probably.
think Maxey's still winning it just because of where they sit in the East. But Alperen Şengün is definitely in that running.
For sure, and it's not even just offensively; it's a defensively
No, it's
too.
a defense impact that I think, because Houston hasn't been like traditionally they have never been a good defensive team, like
Right.
but like after Elijah won and everything. But ever since like Şengün started playing at his like starting minutes and his impact, because now they added Dylan Brooks, which is a fantastic perimeter defender, and once that first line of defense is penetrated, you got Şengün just waiting for like.
What is
I
that?
don't fucking know. I saw him on a podcast once.
Oh, okay,
That's how he
okay.
was talking.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, like to think that Şengün's your backline, it sounds so bad, but he's actually good.
Oh, he's a better Zubac in every way.
He really is. He really is. Even though Zubac is putting up numbers too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. And Yeah, I think having Şengün there, it still is controversial because the snubs that I'm about to get at.
Yeah, I think you still have one more wild card. Oh wait, you
No,
switched
I
Paul
switched
George and
Paul
Ant,
George
right?
and Ant,
Okay.
yeah. So how do you feel about Ant and PG?
I didn't have PG like
Yeah,
at
PG
all.
was he was the one I could easily leave off.
I didn't have PG at all. I actually had Ant in my snubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like the only stat that Ant puts up better than Cat is points, and by 3.
You see, this is where I would not look at stats, but look at the games and like
look at
impacts.
excitement, right?
Not even excitement, but like the impact for
Fair,
Ants.
because he is a number 1 option and everything.
Yeah.
My thing is just like I think by this point in the reserves, the voting comes down to the coaches.
You think they would put Cat ahead of Ant? I think Ant like.
Well, if you're putting Fox and Steph in the guard spots,
Right.
and then you have Şengün as a wild card,
Which I personally don't think the coaches are going to vote him in. I personally don't think.
maybe, yeah.
Okay.
But like, I think Towns still edges that wild card just because of what he's had to do to adjust for Gobert and learn to become the new second option and still putting up like damn near 23 a night.
Yeah.
Along with like what 9 rebounds too. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
he is having a good year for sure. So I could definitely see the argument there. So would you say it's closer to a 50-50? Or is it more of like Cat has more balance in there?
Canada has more balance, but I think Ant is still gonna edge out purely because of popularity as well. And
But this is coach's reserve.
yes, yeah, and coaches just I think just like Ant a lot more because he's a funny guy, you know.
He doesn't change his voice, you know, like maybe that's another thing.
I just Cat's like, hey, yeah, we won tonight, and then on the fucking in the locker room, hey
guys! Wow.
Bro, this guy sounds fruity as hell, like in the
Yeah, he needs to find his voice, you know.
Yeah.
So he needs to stop. Listen, it's okay if you sound like a you know, like it's okay if you sound different.
it's okay to sound like that, you know.
It's okay to sound like yes, bitch. Yeah, it's all right, Cat. You know, you don't have to change who you are.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, we got the win. You know. Yeah.
Hey man, we won't judge you if you're screaming down the court. AD got the ball. AD
Yeah.
got the ball. You know.
If anything, we think that's funny.
Hey, I respect you if you do that. You know.
Yeah, if you go out there and say cookies, I'd be like that. He's funny. He's a funny guy.
But for real, I think still like, not just stat wise, but I just think of like his impact on the Timberwolves. It might be Cat that should be deserving.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Ant is still a snub for me. I still think he should be getting in. Just couldn't fit him in.
Couldn't fit him in.
My roster.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Some other snubs I want to point out
Go for it.
Sabonis, obviously, like I
Yes.
said. So, did you have Sabonis in your reserves?
He was my starting.
Okay, so if he wasn't in starting, would he be in reserves?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. I have him as a snub, just because if he wasn't a starter, which that's the one way I could have him in,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he could edge out Kawhi, Davis, or well, he could edge out PG. I guess you know what? I probably wouldn't put him in for PG actually. So maybe I should put Sabonis in for PG. PG I put strictly because
Of how the Clippers are doing right now.
now and early in the season he's the one that was carrying them
Yeah, he
pretty
was,
much.
yeah.
So I just have to give him credit, but I could definitely take him out for any of the next guys I could name right
Go
now.
for it.
Which I have a lot of names. Do you want me to say all my names or just a couple?
Say all your
My
names,
best-
and I'll decide which ones.
Best ones?
Yeah.
Okay. I had Jaren Jackson Jr.,
Okay.
Devin Booker,
Mm-hmm.
Jamal Murray. Nah, I guess not. Kyrie Irving,
I can make the argument for it, but I didn't have him.
Desmond Bain,
Yes, he should be in that conversation though.
Brandon Ingram. This is one that we might have to discuss, so we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren.
I think he's a snub.
Yeah,
I think Chet Holmgren's definitely a snub.
he definitely is. Gobert.
Gobert's also in that conversation.
And this is the last one this is like the Şengün of my snubs.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Wembanyama.
I thought I had him. I had him at one point as well. I want to throw in James Harden as well
Okay.
because of ever since I know they had like a 7-game span
Yeah,
where they had
yeah.
to work shit out. But,
Right.
bro, now he's making snow angels and
Yeah,
stuff, bro.
he's screaming at the camera and shit like, woo.
Mom made pizza rolls. Like, bro, I know the history and everything, but I
Right.
still think that he should be in that conversation for
Okay, yeah.
snubs and shit.
I'll put him in there for that.
Yeah. My snubs, Anthony Edwards, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
like because of the whole cat thing, but should be it. You know, should be fine. Chet Holmgren,
Yeah.
I just think because OKC is what, second or third right now in the West.
Yeah, and he's like anchoring their defense. It
Bro,
almost feels
he
like
needs to be in that conversation.
all defensive team. Do you think right now?
Yes.
Yeah,
First
should
team.
be
I think first team.
first team.
First team.
Over Gobert.
Yeah.
First team. I mean, I think Minnesota's first in defense.
Second team.
Second team.
Second team.
Second team.
I don't know what about ranked they
Second
were.
team.
Okay, and Booker. The reason why Booker is a wild card, or like injury replacement this or snubs like this year, games. Like he just hasn't reached that number of games for me to be like, oh, for sure a lock. Like any other year for sure, but even last year he didn't make the team last year, but which I think is confusing, but it's whatever now.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but if anyone gets injured or like Katie decides to sit out again,
Has to be Booker.
you know Booker's in there right away.
I mean, I'm the one that said Booker was a top 5 player in the league, and everyone thought I was crazy. I mean, since he's come back from injury, he's
looked like a top 5 player.
yeah, he has.
But that record doesn't show it.
He'll get there. Maybe when Beal's back stops hurting. You know?
But Beal is out with an ankle sprain right now. It's either grade 1 or grade 2. I don't fucking know.
I mean, whatever it is, he needs to be healthy for the playoffs.
I said this when they made the trade. I'm gonna say it again. That team is full of glass ankles, bro. That team is so breakable. Like,
Yeah.
It's you have KD, Booker, and Beal, and these guys all are. Well, Booker recently has gotten a little more injury prone, but like those other two, like always been injury prone. And then who's your next best player? Like Eric Gordon?
No, like Nurkic. He's also a glass
He's also
cannon.
injury prone.
I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna name him too. Like he's the same thing. Yeah.
And then Eric Gordon right there, like can't play defense.
Nope.
And then you have Grayson Allen, who has been injury prone this season too.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
And then everyone else hasn't been like performing up to standard. Like
Yeah, like your Iron Men are like your bottom of the barrel players. Like Keita Bates Diop, which he's probably a starter, but like him and Watanabe.
Watanabe has been shooting well this season. He's like 33% from three.
But he started strong, so hopefully he gets it back. But coach really doesn't seem to trust these guys a lot. I feel like he's been switching the starters a lot. It feels like.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Go through your list again, and I'll decide if they're starter worthy.
Okay. SGA, Doncic, we already know. Don't have to talk about that.
Don't need to.
James, Jokic.
Yes, those are locks.
Okay. Wait, who did I say?
James and Jokic.
And Durant.
Yes, that's a starter.
Okay.
Durant's definitely a starter. I cannot argue that.
Right. So, yeah, you're not saying that he's not. You're just saying that Sabonis has an argument also.
Yes.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, the fans are very good there. Curry, Fox. They're now at the bench, so these are guys you think are
Curry
starters.
could make the starter spot because of, the best 3-point shooter of all time.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably.
Most popular player in the NBA amongst like younger fans.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Amongst our generation, actually.
Yeah.
I think the younger fans are leaning more towards Tatum now.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone I hear is just like, oh, Tatum's my favorite player.
He's like the if you watch soccer, it's like the Jude Bellingham.
Probably.
He's like the same thing, like the light skin, something like that. So okay, so Curry, yeah. Fox.
No.
No, we don't.
I don't think you can edge out SGA and Luka or Steph with just
Yeah, I guess.
De'Aaron and Fox. So
Yeah.
no, I can't make an argument for him. Sorry,
Yeah.
Kings fans. You know I love you guys though.
Yeah, I mean, you have Sabonis. You know, like at least you guys have Sabonis as a starter.
Yeah.
So that's good. Kawhi, maybe I
Could make an
see it.
argument. Could make an argument for.
Just the popularity.
Probably for Katie.
Yeah.
Probably for Katie. I think at this point it's just anyone who's not a starter but could make the starter spot has to take Katie's spot.
Yeah, it's like you're not taking LeBron's spot definitely.
And you're not
Jokic
taking
is
Jokic's
MVP.
spot, yeah.
Which I think like for me, all these forwards like they have an argument, but they'll never take any of these 3 spots.
Probably.
In my opinion, because like.
I think
James-
KD is expendable.
Yeah, you really do. Like you really are shitting on this guy right now. Like I think KD is still like
Oh, he's definitely still a top
one
5
of the
player.
most popular players.
I think he's still
in
a
the
top
league.
5 player in the league.
Top 5.
I still think he's top 5.
And you have Sabonis over him. Wow.
Record.
Okay.
Record.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay, and Davis and George. No, let's scrap him.
No.
Davis.
Davis, no.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think so.
LeBron's getting in. Davis probably won't be able to. Yeah.
You can't put 2 Lakers in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can't do it. Like if they're not first, then they're not getting.
They're not getting. Yeah.
And Şengün.
No. No
Yeah.
chance.
No chance. He might not even make the team.
I know
there's more of a
that
chance
sucks.
he won't make the team than he will make the team.
He's deserving.
Deserving, and we are.
We're
We-
true fans.
yeah.
We know what's up.
Yeah, we will be there.
We
For
will.
Shengun Bacon, we will be there.
We'll be in Indiana this.
We
this
will
year.
be. Yeah.
You're like, go Shengun.
We just, every time he touches the ball, like woo.
And like homemade Shengun.
Yeah.
Jersey.
One of the ones where like it's like a old Rockets player,
Oh,
and you just like change it up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, the old jersey. Like who wore 21 before?
Oh, you don't even know. Who is wearing 21 on that
Whoever
team?
wore 21 in the past will
Yeah.
just buy their jersey from eBay or something,
Yeah.
and then just edit it.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
put-
getting your name like
put
disheveled
pieces
back
of
there.
tape or something like that.
Something
over,
like
you know?
that. Yeah.
And sorry for any noise stuff happening in the background.
Yeah, you got some technicians in here. You got a guy wearing cargo pants and some Adidas Sambas,
I think so.
and the other guy's wearing some black and white Adidas.
Don't worry, we'll just speak closer to
No
the
drip.
mic.
We'll just go to the mic.
We'll just speak in like that.
Yeah.
All right, and keep going.
That was all the stars and
That was it?
reserves.
Okay, okay. PG is definitely the only one that I'm a little sus on.
Yeah.
Rather have Cat, but you know, or Sabonis. I think you put Sabonis there or not.
Yeah, Sabonis.
Yeah, okay.
And I had Edwards instead of Cat.
Yeah.
Which is like we can make arguments for that.
Yeah, we definitely can.
Yeah.
I just think Sabonis is still the most deserving of the. Actually, no. I think Cat's probably the most deserving, but Ant will make it.
Okay.
Ant will make it because popularity. You know?
The aura. And I gotta say, Ant's like, when it comes down to it, the coaches are game planning for Ant first. You know, so this is the
Yeah.
argument for Ant getting the spot because like coaches are voting. Like they game plan for Ant first and foremost. And when it comes down to the last few possessions, like Ant's probably gonna get the ball.
Probably.
So it's not what we would pick. It's what the coaches.
Yeah,
would pick.
yeah, of course.
But I would still pick Ant. So.
If I were a coach, if I were the media, this is my list.
Yeah, exactly. This is our list.
Yeah. And your snubs, or which ones did you have?
I think we agreed on Booker.
Yes.
Who did we
I
agree
had
on?
Chet as well.
You had Chaz there.
Booker, Chet, and you said Ant was in your starting, so Cat would have been a snub for
Cat
you.
would have been the snub.
Those
so
would be
are
my
your
three. Those would be my three.
I didn't get to go over my snubs for the East. You know, that's.
Let's go over your snubs for the East.
Yeah,
let's
let's
go back there.
actually segue over here. So I had a decent amount of snubs.
Okay.
So Barnes, I'll say because you had as a reserve. That's one of them. DeRozan, which the Bulls have been really picking it
They
up.
have been picking ever since Levine got injured and Kobe White stepped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see
DeRozan, like I could see it. Randall,
it. Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball. The numbers have been there. He kind of, for me, he has. It's like the Randall argument, but without the record.
Yeah. Fine.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. If you want to say no,
I'm
you say
not.
no.
I'm not leaning toward. I didn't even look at Lamelo Ball's, like
Aura.
whatever. Yeah, I didn't even see him.
His aura's there. Bam, missed games was the thing.
It's the games.
Miles Turner.
Could make an argument. I'm gonna say no though.
Okay. And Kristaps Porzingis.
Porzingis should be in the conversation.
Yeah.
He has been Boston's second best player in my opinion, over Jaylen Brown.
Ooh, I had Brown as a.
I know.
As
I
a
know you
yeah,
did.
wow.
Because the only thing Brown does better is score 3 more points than Porzingis.
Oh, come on, man. You're a stat head, Brian. Come on. Look at the game, bro. No, I mean, I could definitely agree with that. I don't agree with that, but I could definitely make an argument for that.
Yeah,
for
I
him being
think
second best.
Porzingis, like the minute that he got to Boston, a lot of people just kind of figured that's the last piece, right? He was the last piece, and even though Brown is getting paid the big bucks, like since he signed that contract, Porzingis is still probably their second best player every night because of what he's doing on the offensive and defensive end.
But are you saying Brown isn't doing anything on defensive?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying Brown is, I love Brown.
Yeah,
I love
that's your guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. But I think that like just overall impact this season, KP scares me a lot more than Brown does.
Yeah,
right now.
I could agree with that.
So coaches are probably gonna like strategize more for KP and Tatum than Brown, Derek White, or Drew Holiday. And granted, all 5 of those guys I named are all-star worthy. Like
Derek White too, yeah.
Derek White
he
is
might
also-
even be better than Drew at this point.
Yeah, because Drew Holiday, like he was such an underrated acquisition, and yes, he's doing Drew things, but Derek White has stepped up tremendously. He had to go bald for it.
Yeah, he had a sacrifice, but he made the right sacrifice.
You win some, you lose some.
He's their sixth starter. That's what they call it.
He is, and I think he has a very strong argument for All-Star consideration this year.
I think, I guess he should be a snub then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good list.
Very solid. We have a lot of agreements.
If there wasn't this, okay, I'm gonna list through the teams now. Okay, this is like our last.
Teams. Okay.
This is our last segment for today.
All right,
So
last
I'm gonna list
segment
through
for
the teams now.
All right.
And you're gonna tell me which players right off the top of your head, no thinking or anything, like who should be in. All right. Boston. Name the players that you think should be an All-Star, like right away.
Tatum, Brown, Porzingis.
Milwaukee.
Giannis, Lillard.
Philly.
Embiid, Maxey.
Orlando.
Banchero.
Miami.
Bowler, Bam.
New York.
Randall, Brunson.
Cleveland.
Mitchell, period.
Indiana.
Halliburton,
Nets.
Mikhail.
But we didn't even mention him this podcast.
Well, their team is so far in the dumps, like, you can't. I mean, he's having a decent year, but would you say he's having an all-star
No,
year? Maybe
not having
not.
an all-star
But
year.
if I had to pick someone, like, he could be the guy.
Yep. Which sucks. I thought he would have made the All-Star jump this year. But
Yeah, but the team is just not there. I
yeah,
feel like
I know. But it's a fun team, though.
Yeah,
You can't
it
even
is.
deny that. Bulls.
DeRozan,
Hawks.
Trae Young,
Raptors.
no one. No, I'm joking. Scotty Barnes.
No Pascal.
Yeah, I wouldn't have Pascal there. I
It's
mean,
like,
with the
not right up to-
record, I
Fair.
would just Barnes having a really good season.
All right. Charlotte.
Ball,
Washington.
Kuzma actually.
Yeah.
I could see
I
it.
agree on that.
Yeah.
But no.
No. Yeah. No.
Detroit.
Cade. That's
Okay.
it. You know what? Well, I'm gonna do that for
Okay.
the West
For the West, okay.
or the East or West. Yeah.
West. We'll do West.
Yeah, because I use it for me. Okay.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. This is like on the fly.
On the fly, like no consideration or anything. Just
Alright.
like
Did you go with? Yeah, whatever. Minnesota.
Gobert, Cat, and
Okay. Denver.
Jokic.
Thunder.
Chat and SJ.
Okay, so no Jalen Williams for you.
No.
Okay. Second leading scorer on their team.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Kings.
Fox, Sabonis.
Yep. Clippers.
Kawhi, Harden, PG.
Fair enough. Mavericks.
Luca.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Pelicans.
Ingram, period.
Oh, no Zion
Ingram,
there.
period.
Zion's having a good year too.
I know he
Okay.
is, but I just think Ingram's just been most consistent throughout the entire season. And no complaints. Again,
Yeah, there's no complaints there. Yeah.
most humblest star in the league. Like
He's just smoking that Za and
he's
playing
just doing
basketball.
his thing, man.
Yeah, it really
Can't-
is.
Yeah.
And they're the 7th seed, so
Yeah.
good for him.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the Pelicans like that, but if I were a coach, Ingram could make some.
Yeah, because when I was going through my list, when I was looking up the team's records and all this, I'm looking at the Pelicans, and Ingram's the most consistent guy there. He's been their top dog, and to get the Pelicans to 7 is not easy. I mean, the teams under the Pelicans, the Rockets, Lakers, Warriors, Suns.
Yeah.
Those like all the teams in order. Like that, it's tough to beat those teams. So and Ingram's the top guy, so should get some consideration.
Because now that you're giving me time to think,
Yeah.
JV could make some.
No.
arguments. I think JV could make some argument too.
Over Zion.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Hot
there.
take.
Ryan's the best at those, man. Okay, let's keep going. Rockets.
Shangun.
Okay. No Van Vliet there.
No, man, there.
Lakers.
LeBron, AD.
Right. Warriors.
Steph.
All right. The Suns.
KD.
No Booker.
I don't know. I just couldn't say Booker for this season.
Okay, that's fair enough. It is rapid fire, so
Yeah.
that's fair enough. Utah.
Martin.
Has he played enough games? Do you think?
No.
So okay, but he's still.
But
It's like the Mikhail
He's
situation.
still,
kinda.
he's still the only one that screams All-Star for this season at least.
Fair enough. The Grizzlies. No Bane. No JJJ.
Bane, I was gonna say, but then like the record just still like haunts me, you know.
Yeah, but
The
okay, let's
record's
say
not-
record aside,
Bane.
no JJJ.
No JJJ.
I think JJJ might even be more deserving than Bane. I mean, defensively and offensively, he's really picked up his game.
Yeah, and they were making the whole play for him at the end of the fourth too.
That's like, yeah, okay, I guess that's something.
No, but I think still think Bane's like.
You said rapid fire, so no
Yeah,
JJJ.
I know.
Okay. Trailblazers.
If I had to, Simons.
You don't have to, you know. You
Fair,
don't. You
fair,
don't
fair,
have to. Like
fair.
the Nets, we can make an argument for Mikal at least.
Yeah, no one then.
Yeah, no one for
No,
the Blazers.
No one.
Not dominating.
Fuck that.
Spurs.
Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby.
Yeah.
And Vassell's not on that. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Vassell has. Was it Vassell or was it Keldon Johnson?
I think it's Vassell.
One of those two has been like hella selfish this season.
Oh, I think it's might be Sohan even. Like he might be the
Sohan's
selfish guy.
Such a bad point
He
guard.
was pretty big disappointment because people thought he could have been that 6'8" point guard,
Nope.
but he's not.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I mean, Pop's getting in the money. Wemby's getting in the minutes. Like that's all they really want this season.
yeah,
And they're gonna trade Doug McDermott. I'm hoping at the end of the season. I think Devontae Graham's also gonna get traded as well.
maybe yeah. And they extended Zach Collins, which I like Zach Collins.
I think that's
he's a good pairing for it because Wemby. I'm not sure if he's really a 5, like a true 5 at this point. Having Zach helps with that.
Zach definitely helps him, show him the ropes a little bit.
Yeah.
And as well as just like limit, because the 5 is the hardest position aside from the 1 in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Because when you're playing the 5, you're faced against other grown-ass men who are like twice your body weight.
Yeah, right.
And the 1 is just so hard because you have to balance so many things at once.
Yeah. The 5 is like, because with the 5, like, you are the anchor.
Yeah.
Regardless of what your team defense is, you're the anchor,
Yep.
period. So, yeah.
And the 1 is like, you're taking on the job that a 10-year-old veteran has to do in your first year.
Which is why Scoot is like, he's been struggling.
No, here's the thing. Scoot's struggling, yes, but I don't think it'll stay like this entire season.
I mean, it already is looking up for him because he's having some good performances.
Yeah. And that's why, like, players like Brandon Miller, even though they had, like, a horrendous summer league and everything, like, they're already looking much better because, like, they're only wing players. They're not that their responsibility is any less. Like, usually you're guarding the best player in the league, you're the most athletic, whatnot, right? But still, you're a wing player. You're not having to, like, stay down low, calling out defenses or facilitating anything. You're just like, you know?
Nah,
like,
that's crazy. I mean, I would say every position has their
Yes.
own difficulties. Like, the two, most of the time, have to guard the best guard in the other team. Because
I think it's 3. I think the 3 has to guard the best player on the team. Or the most, like, active.
Okay, but guard. Like,
Yeah.
guard size.
Okay, yeah.
Like, 2 probably has to, like, usually they're defensive minded.
Probably.
I would say. The 3 used to have, like, usually defends wings.
Yeah.
And has to switch down a lot also.
Switching a lot on defense, yes.
The 4 has to defend the best, like, true wing. Like, usually you have LeBron there, you have KD there, Banchero there. Like, those are the guys you have to kind of put there. And you have to also appease to the center.
Yeah.
And then we already talked about the 1 and 5. So each position's tough, but definitely 1 and 5 is
1 and
hardest.
5 are definitely hard, but, like, you being able to dominate that in your rookie year and just play out of your mind like that,
Yeah.
big props to you.
Big props. That's why Chet is, like, crazy.
That's why I think Chet is definitely deserving an all-star spot.
Yeah. In his rookie year doing this, it's like you saw the play against the Clippers where he threw it off the backboard.
yeah.
I was watching that live.
He lobbed it out and still, like, dunked it in, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like, that's a veteran move. So,
That's a LeBron move.
yeah, that's a grown man move. So, yeah.
This guy's a 40-year-old type of move, but, you know.
Exactly. So, for rookies to do that, it's very impressive.
I mean, you always have... You probably watched LeBron growing up, too, so... Like,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
Zion probably should have been doing that.
Zion can't even leave the floor anymore. He's
Yeah, I mean, he's too busy, like, eating the crumbs off of it, you know?
Oh, God.
Man's just eating too much, bro. So, that's what it is.
Did you hear about his contract?
Yeah,
The last 3 years aren't guaranteed.
not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And I think the only way to even get it back to guaranteed is
Meet specific weight requirements.
over the course of the season, which,
It isn't looking good for him.
I mean, the fact that he's leaving so much money on the table and all he has to do is worry about his weight, the fact that he's not doing that, it's worrisome. It is
It's
worrisome.
concerning. It's very concerning.
I mean, as the Pelicans, are you looking to keep him around? Or would you look to move him?
I've told you already. I'm moving.
You're moving him.
I'm moving him. And it's to the Blazers.
To the Blazers.
Hot take.
Hot take. Yeah, I remember we talked about this.
That's a lot this episode.
Yeah, a lot of hot takes here, Ryan. Very comfortable today, huh?
I'm wearing red. I'm feeling
yeah,
feeling
sure.
festive, you know?
Feeling festive, dude. I look like I'm about to go to jail.
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Got the hella cold and the hella hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that thing? Fire and ice or whatever?
Fire, is that what it is? Fire and ice.
They said they did something like that with New Orleans a few years ago, like with AD and Boogie.
Oh, that's sick. I thought they called them Twin Towers.
Never mind.
Fire and ice is pretty. Oh, because 80 is kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, I like that. Fire and ice.
Maybe that's us in the future.
You think so? You don't think I have hot takes? You think I have cold takes? Damn, Ryan.
Yeah, your takes make me shiver. You know?
Yeah, it's so bad. And it's all-star over cats.
Final thoughts, final remarks.
Final thoughts. Durant is a starter.
Chet should be an all-star.
You know what? Let's end it off here. Shangoon all-star, boys.
That is like
we will be there.
That's the best take I think we had this season.
Easily.
Shangoon should
Based.
definitely be an all-star.
He should. And with that, we're ending our next episode of Quarter Kings. We hope to get you guys back here in 2 weeks. And
That's the new year.
ho, 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 Merry
Ho,
Christmas.
ho, ho.
What's the New Year song?
We wish you no.
And a happy New Year. See you guys later.
All right, take care, guys.
Peace. You didn't do the peace sign.
Oh shit, yeah.
Peace.